Chapter.
Let's go. More than welcome to the League of Dreaming.
Hello and welcome to episode 384 of the LeagueCast podcast. I'm your host, Nick the King Cooper. Joining me, Aiden Frost Rockhards.
Hi, I'm Aiden Frost Rockhards, host of the Teamfight Tactics podcast. Joining me is Colton Blue Basket Sweat.
Hi, I'm Colton Blue Basket Sweat, host of the Twisted Treeline, Dominion, and Summoner's Rift podcast.
Aiden, Colton, you got a Dominion update?
Yeah, so the thing about Dominion is that it's fast and it's fun. And we know that you like things that are fast. Obviously, that's why we made the Sonic movie. We know you like things that are fun, which is why we made Teamfight Tactics. So we're back with Dominion, including both of our core principles here at Riot Games of fastness and funness.
Are you confirming that Dominion is in fact returning?
Yes, Dominion has actually been live for the last 17 days. The only thing is you have to go in through the shop and purchase a Dominion pass for 17 Riot points. And then you can access the queue by going to your friends list, adding @RiotFreak, and then he'll put you in a game.
Ooh, see, Colton, let's end the bit. Colton, that would have been a great spot to plug the Patreon.
Ooh, that's a good point.
That's how they get access to Dominion?
Yeah. Instead of that alternate method, you can also...
No, it's too late now.
No,
Yeah.
I'll edit
It's
it all
too
out.
late.
Go.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, just go on to our Patreon, give us some dollary dues, and you'll get access to Dominion.
Colton, sorry. You can't say dollar dues.
Yes, that's
a
illegal.
real currency? Yeah, we don't need those. We need dollars.
Sorry, U.S. dollars.
Sorry,
Get that Canadian dollars
That
out of
wasn't a
here.
clean take. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, you're gonna have to keep being sorry because I'm done. I quit.
Oh fuck, boys. Hayden, how's your week? Wait,
Good.
that's not how we do this.
Wait,
You gotta tell us what's on the show this week.
This
Nick.
week we're gonna talk about patch 913 and some news about Teamfight Tactics, roundtable question, a new roundtable question, cheese pick, some LCS news, which I'm quite surprised at this news as well, and then 2 emails. Aiden, how was your week?
my week is good. I only played Teamfight Tactics because that's the only game right now. I don't know.
How many games were you able to play?
Probably like 25 or so. 25 is probably a good amount. The last day I played it, which was yesterday, I played 8 games total, I want to say. I won 5 of them, came second in 2 of them, and came 7th in 1 of them.
Wow.
So I'm getting better at it, I think, overall.
Not bad. Have you won any games?
I won 5 yesterday, like I just said.
Well, I mean, aside from that, I'm sorry.
Oh, I've won
Think your
3
total.
others, so 8 total, I think.
Nice.
Yeah.
Not bad.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I didn't really play much regular League, though. I've just kind of been playing PvE stuff. Also, like, the servers have been kind of, like, messed up for, like, a lot of it. But it was fun. What about you, Colton?
Yeah, I've been still playing ranked. I feel like I'm down to 2-0 points, unfortunately.
Uh-oh.
But I don't feel like I was playing poorly in like any of those games. Like some of them I did just okay. But I don't know. I'm gonna keep trying and see how that goes. I'll probably drop down to D3 before I climb back up again. But we'll see how things go. Other than that, that's pretty much all the video games I've been playing. Been busy doing work and real life things, going out with friends and whatnot. So that's pretty much all I have to say about my week. So I'll hand it over to the one and only Nick, the King Cooper.
Yo, Mr. Work in School himself. And we continue that trend. I played a little bit of Teamfight Tactics. I only won 1 game, came in second a bunch of times. Waited in queue for 1 billion hours. So that's been kind of fun. Played more Poe. And I think that's mostly it.
There's a certain game that the both of you guys have played.
Oh,
that you
true.
seem to be
Like
enjoying quite a bit.
I mean, like 2 hours. We played. Aiden and I bought the Hunter Call of the Wild, which is a hunting game, and we found some animals to slaughter. So that's been pretty fun. I think I have the record for the most fun kill so far.
Yeah, what'd you do?
So I could hear. I was tracking a deer for a long time, right? I could hear it around me. I snuck up. Apparently, I was so sneaky. I don't know. I was a couple feet away from it. Shot it in the head. It didn't go anywhere. Shot it in the chest. Didn't go anywhere. Shot it in like the back, and then it started running. Hurt me a little bit, and then I chased it for half an hour trying to track it down. Finally found it dead somewhere, and it was not a very impressive kill. I'll put it that way.
Oh boy.
So it was fun. It was a good time. Watching it on stream, I imagine, was a great time.
So that's a multiplayer game, right?
Update players.
Yeah, up to 8 people.
And so everyone plays a hunter, or can I play like a deer and I'm just like running around
No,
the
you play
forest?
as a hunter. What? It's not the
It's not
deer
the deer.
Call of the Wild.
What? Come on. That'd be so
deer.
fun. I want to just play the deer and like hide from you guys. Like you're crawling through the brush and I hear you and I just like sprint away.
Yeah, that sounds real fun.
I think that could be enjoyable.
Nah, I think it could be too. But yeah, it's like $11, so I think it's worth the pickup.
I had a lot of fun.
So get on our Patreon and give us money so we can purchase these games.
People do that. Let's jump into the news where we have patch notes hot off the presses about 5 hours ago, which is honestly as good as you're gonna get.
It's quite warm.
For patch 9.13. First up, Kiana will be released on June 28th, which is Friday? Friday, June 28th. A little bit later than I think most other new champions have been released, but I'm totally okay with that. I'm excited to... Her kit looks pretty interesting with a lot of depth going into it.
Hell yeah.
Corky's next. His ultimate ammo bar now reads left to right, and the package ARAM timer has been adjusted. So, nothing too big.
Diana's just getting some quality of life stuff to her queue. She's still a bad character. Don't play her.
Yeah,
Unless
they're about
you're
to
really
make her
good
way
at her.
worse too.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, they're planning to move the... Oh god, what were they doing? To remove the attack speed from her passive? And I think that was like the big thing. I don't think they were compensating in another way.
Oh, okay.
But I'm not sure if I'm remembering that correctly.
Ilaoi, W minimum damage has been added. It also applies the damage to turrets. Tentacles disappear faster when she leaves. Her E, spirit, and vessel duration time is decreased. Time between tentacle attacks is decreased. And R tentacle cap is increased. So it looks like these are all buffs, really. Well, her tentacles disappear faster when she leaves, so I guess that's a nerf.
Mm-hmm.
And then, okay, yeah, the spirit and vessel duration is down. So a couple nerfs, but overall I think a pretty real buff.
The real question is, what do you think the passive AP ratio will do? Does she build Gunblade?
She could, I guess. I don't know if anything is going to change with that.
Probably not.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
But I think it's fun to consider. Nice. Ornn, Q damage ratio is increased. Hey, I'm calling it. Trinity Force Ornn top lane.
Seems like you
Somebody-
skipped over a character.
That's fine. I got
Somebody
it.
get the- oh, I
It's
did.
Bad
I'm
karma.
sorry. I thought.
So Karma got buffed last patch, so they're reverting one of the two buffs. They're reverting the E movement speed duration. So I think that's good. People are like, they need to gut her. But they're only nerfing her E because she's like top tier right now. I think she's one of the best mids in the game right now with the two small buffs she got last patch.
Yeah, she's so good.
But they're reverting one of them, and she was bad before the buffs. So like, I feel like they're doing it the right way. People are like, no, this is not enough. It's like this is one of the two buffs she got. So
Yeah, and I mean, they added a good, what is that? Like 67% move speed duration to the original. So it's huge.
Mm-hmm.
So good way to nerf that, I think.
yeah.
I'm sorry, I was just so excited about Ornn.
What's the meme about?
Next.
What's the meme about him building Black Cleaver? The Black Cleaver meme.
I don't know. I saw it on Reddit. It was like, oh, now Black Cleaver's more viable.
Did they They must have said that at some point. Like buffed his AD ratio and then said like,
I guess so.
It's such a shit item on him.
It is really bad. I don't think I honestly don't think Trinity Force that bad.
Yeah, Trinity Force is
Like,
bad. Black Cleaver is terrible,
yeah.
though.
Yeah. You have 2 ways to proc it, auto attacks and Qs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, whatever.
Pike. Q cooldown has been decreased early. Stab bonus damage is removed entirely. W movement speed now scales. And E no longer damages non-champions. Okay, so they really are trying to get solo lane Pike.
I don't think trying. I think absolutely
dead.
did.
Yeah, they gutted him real good.
His Q is
Yeah.
also only single target now, like the stab part of it.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, he's unplayable until lane to end jungle now.
Yeah. That's interesting. I don't even know if he's good anymore. I think he's probably shit after that.
Well, all right. I think he's still viable support, right? Because
No,
you didn't really,
I don't think so.
Like, the only bad part is you can't shove really hard.
Yeah.
He functionally remains the same, I think.
I mean, he's still probably playable, but, like, yeah, just not being able to push waves at all and having actually 0 chance to clear a wave if, like, your AD carry dies, like, that really fucks him. I
Yeah.
mean, he can still get picks just as he could before, like, nothing's changed about that, but I don't know. That's big nerfs here to Pike.
Removing the stab bonus damage is also weird. It felt like that was never that felt like kind of a choice. Like, oh, I can use a hook or I can like stab them for like a tiny bit extra. But now it's just, oh, even if I'm close range, I would prefer to go for a hook unless I like have to use my Q right away. But like,
Yeah.
it's just weird. That's a weird nerf. Oh well.
Yeah.
Sejuani. So she's OP again. So they're nerfing her health growth and her W second cast damage ratio. That's probably fine. She's like one of those characters who's either like really bad or really oppressive, and she's kind of currently in her oppressive stage. So.
For sure. Sivir, another character who's currently in an oppressive stage. Attack damage, growth, mana regen have been decreased, and the W cost is increased.
I think that's
by
a really
pretty
good way of hitting her.
significant- I think so too. It's a shame. I feel like I think I say this every single time. It just feels like champions get nerfed, and very rarely do champions get buffed, and those buffs like stick. You know. Just feels strange. I don't know.
Next we have Sona. Her Q aura damage ratio goes down. Her E bonus movement speed ratio also decreased. So straight nerfs to Sona.
I still think she's a
That's
little bit
Sona
strong.
Tark out of here.
Silas, they're trying to buff him again because he has a 41% win rate, I believe, right now, which is not acceptable, I don't think. So they're increasing his base attack damage, his health growth, and his W base damage. How many times are they going to buff his W? Like, that's the only
I have
ability
no
they
idea.
buff. It's fucking weird, dude.
Yeah, I think honestly, the only thing that hasn't been like changed is his ulti yet, right?
I don't think they want
Maybe
to.
it's
I
time
feel like they're
to-
so committed to the way it works.
I mean, the way it works should functionally remain the same. I don't think it should change at all, but maybe a little bit longer than 15 seconds scaling with CDR.
Are you trying to tell me that you think a 15-second ultimate where you steal other ultimates in a competitive setting where ultimates are a core part of your draft is not good?
Yes. Alternatively, I don't know, lower the ratio of it. Make it do a little bit less damage.
The one thing they should do is they should change his ratio on how it scales with AD ultimates.
Yes, absolutely.
AD ultimates like scale way harder than AP ultimates with his kit. Have you seen Irelia? I think Irelia ult's the worst offender of this. Irelia ult, like I feel like when I'm playing against an Irelia, even one who's fed, her ult does negative damage, right? It just you're not like holy fuck I hit by Irelia. You're more scared of the fact that it like slows you and she can get on you because it marks you, right?
Yeah, yeah.
When Silas hits, like a fed Silas hits an Irelia ult, dude, the fucking explosion part does like 600 damage, and then when you walk through the wall, it does like 600 damage. It's like a fucked ratio. Like I've never seen like something go from being nothing, like it doing no damage on the main character, to like Silas doing quadruple the amount of damage. It's crazy.
Jesus. Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good way to do it, is just change the ratio. But what do we know?
They're just increasing Syndra's mana growth. I feel like most control mages right now are pretty bad. Like the best control mage is probably still no. Even Ori's bad. I don't know. I feel like all control mages are bad. It's probably a good buff though.
I don't know. Yeah. Just is it me?
Go for it.
I think so,
It
yeah.
is me. Tristana, attack damage growth, mana increased, mana regen decreased, W damage increased. Interesting. Her mana regen is nerfed by 0.006. So, functionally useless.
It's nice they have it as a solid number now, though. Or not even really. It's 7.2, but
It's
better
definitely
than
to make it an
7.266.
even something.
yeah.
You know? Yeah.
It's just weird to list it as a
dear.
nerf. It's just
Yeah.
why list that? Like, come on.
Yeah.
That seems like more of like a bug fix, right? You should be like, hey, fix the thing where her mana regen needed fucking 4 digits. Udyr, all abilities can now be leveled to rank 6. So instead of having 3 stances maxed and 1 at level 3, you can actually do what people want and max out 3 stances.
However, you can only put the 6th point into abilities after level 16. So it's still a way to not completely overbuff his level 11.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be
Well,
level
yeah.
11, where if it wasn't that way, you could get a 6th point in like Tiger stance and just decimate.
That'd be wild.
cool. I think that's a really cool change to the character. Responsiveness pass. What the fuck is it? Similar to some of the work on Diana's Q, the following abilities are more quickly and reliably apply their effects to enemies hit. Jarvan's EQ. Oh, that's fair. Kennan's Lightning, Raj, Tremor, Spin. So sometimes like they would have like a delay on their effects. That's weird. I don't know how that would happen with Tryndamere. I understand Kennen, Jarvan. Like I feel like sometimes like you don't get knocked up right away with Jarvan EQ, and the Kennen sometimes like the effects aren't applied right away. But not sure about the Tryndamere one. Also, quick note: can they fix the Tryndamere like laugh spin cancel that's been in the game for like 7 years?
It doesn't actually change anything, right?
Well, you can't. He doesn't show like his spin when he does it. If you spin and then you laugh, right? Most Tryndamere mains blind laugh to their spin. It like doesn't show the sword spinning around you, right? It just has a laugh animation with you like just going through the air, which although not a big deal, it still makes it hard to tell where his sword is. Like where is?
Yeah, I
like,
suppose that's true.
it's literally just like abusing like a mechanic, like abusing like a weird thing in the game. Like that's dumb. I played against a Tryndamere main. It's like it didn't change anything, but it's just clarity, right? Like that shouldn't be a thing.
Yeah. You
It's
know,
dumb.
on a similar note, they have also not spoiler for the rest of the patch. They've not fixed that Yasuo camera bug yet.
Oh, really?
So if you play against a good Yasuo, destroys you.
Yeah. I feel like it's so hard to do that it's not that big of a deal, but still it should be fixed.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get into items. Essence Reaver, the upgrade cost is decreased, the total cost is increased, and the build path has been adjusted. So now it builds out of BF instead of pickaxe. It's 100 gold more expensive. Same stats. Good nerf, I think.
Well, it's not. I wouldn't even say it's a nerf. Is that weird to say?
It costs
I mean, it's
more,
never
but
mind.
the stats
I didn't see the
change.
BF sword.
Yeah.
I thought it was no. I meant like in the fact that I thought it was a better build path. Sometimes it's better to pay like more gold, but to have a better build path. But yeah, BF sword's worse. I thought it was not BF sword.
Yeah.
Like for example, if they made it cost, if it cost more gold, but instead of the pickaxe, they made it cost 2 long swords or something, Nick.
Ooh,
Even though it costs
okay.
more gold, it's a better build path, so it might actually be a buff, right? Because you can pick up long swords much easier than you can pick up a pickaxe on backs.
That's true. Yeah.
But it's a nerf, yeah, you're right.
Up next, Randuin's Omen. Upgrade and total cost are both down. So it looks like 100 gold less of total cost, and they took that out of the combined recipe.
I love Randuin, so I'm glad this item is getting buffed.
Yeah.
It's pretty shite right now, but that's good.
I wish, like... I feel like the armor items are in such a weird place where, like, the attack speed slow is on, like, Randuin's and Thornmail for some reason, but then, like, the healing debuff is only on Thornmail, but then also Randuin's has crit reduction. Like, I feel like those should all be, like, individual things, right? Like, there's the 1,000 gold armor item, the Bramble Vest. There's a 1,000 gold armor, the, like, I'm forgetting the one that slows attack speed. Like,
Warden's Mail.
Warden's Mail. There should be one of those also, I feel, for crit reduction, and they should all build separately into, like, entirely different items. You're making that conscious choice.
Yeah, I like that a lot, actually.
Where, like, I am building against crit this game, I am building against healing this game, or I am building against attack speed, and if I want to, I can get two of them. You know, I'm against crit and healing, or I'm against crit and attack speed. Like, those should all be choices you're making, instead of, oh, well, I got a Thornmail for healing reduction, so I guess I can't get Randuin's because it'd be a waste of the attack speed slow. But having that crit reduction would be nice. Like, there should be more items there to choose from.
Would that make them too good?
I don't think so.
You might have to nerf, like, the health and stuff, because I feel like the only good distinction between tank items, like as you said, Colton, those three are pretty similar, is Frozen Heart. I feel like Frozen Heart has a good distinction in the fact that it gives you no health, right? It is a armor item, like, whereas the other three are like, oh, they all give health and they all give armor, and then they have an effect. Like,
yeah, I mean, I'd be fine then if they even just made Randuin's a stronger crit reduction, took away the attack speed slow, and were just like, hey, it's Frozen Heart. If you want to slow their attack speed, buy a Frozen Heart. That being said, I think Frozen Heart is a little bit problematic in that it's so much money that you're investing into mana. Because, like, there are mana-less tanks that are just never going to be able to take that option.
oh, I agree. I just think it's a good distinction. At least it makes the item feel unique compared to the other ones, because there's 4 armor health items in the game, right? With 5 if you include. I guess that's not fair. I was going to include Righteous Glory, but that also has magic resist on it, right? Does it?
Yeah. No.
Does it not?
I'm sorry.
No. Okay, Righteous Glory has health, mana, cooldown reduction, and armor.
So there's Randuin's Thornmail, Righteous Glory, Dead Man's Plate, and is that all?
Sunfire Cape.
And Sunfire. So it's 5 health armor items. See, that's like they're all so similar. It's kind of like dumb.
They're also similar, and yeah, again, right? Like, just distinguish them all, right? I think if anything, Sunfire could be changed around a little bit to be like better at pushing minions again, where it's like this is your wave clear one, right? And then like your Thornmail is your healing and damage back. Your Randuin might be your crit production. Your Frozen Heart can be your attack speed. So like those are just all choices you can go, and you can buy 2 of them if you really want to, but not be screwing yourself out of effects because you got one or the other. Anyway.
Your shop returns on June 29th, so you can get those specialized skins. Might have been shit the last couple ones. I really, like, it's so weird. I tried to convince Riot by it. One year they gave me, like, it's 6 skins, right? 6, I believe, or 7, whatever. All but, like, 1 or 2 of them were, like, 70% off, like, not even 70% off, but they're all, like, under, like, 500 RP. So I just bought all the ones that were under 500 RP. I'm like, I'm going to get ahead of the algorithm, and next time they're only going to recommend me cheap skins. I got no cheap skins. Like, I will buy any one of your fucking skins in that shop if it's, like, under 500 RP. Like,
I'm the same way, where I'm just like, oh, 20% off, but it's only 400 RP? Give it here.
yeah, exactly. I can't not buy it.
It's basically just leaving money on the table.
Yeah.
That being said, we did skip over Rod of Ages. Upgrade and total cost down by 100. So nice little buff to that. Lets you get it a bit sooner. Get that stacking faster.
Yeah. Damage text updates. They've changed the coloring, the spikiness of crit, the punchiness of it, and then they're going to add colorblind support. Which seems like a weird thing. If you're going to make these changes, why not ship them with the colorblind?
That's super
support?
weird, yeah.
Yeah.
Next patch, colorblind people, you got to play for 2 weeks with this.
I guess I guess the point is maybe that it was already not like distinguished well in colorblind, and they added the one effect, and they're just making sure that effect works before trying to like tweak it with a colorblind version as well. I don't know.
Yeah,
I suppose.
it's just odd.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
A couple bug fixes, and then we have all of the arcade skins coming out. Arcade Caitlyn and the Prestige Edition Kaisa, Battle Boss Kiana and Battle Boss Yasuo, along with some chromas to be released.
Oh, sorry, in the bug fixes, I saw this bug on Reddit a couple days ago. Mute all, full mute all, and ignore all. We're muting your own pings. Which is
weird.
So you'd mute all, and then you couldn't communicate at all with your teammates.
That's pretty funny, actually.
Yeah,
that's how it should be. If you mute all, you shouldn't be able to talk to your team. You put yourself in the isolation chamber. You stay there.
Yeah. Cool.
All right, so that's the patch. And then our only other piece of news is that Teamfight Tactics will be live on the 26th / the 27th for major regions, and all regions will be receiving it by the 28th. They are remaining ambiguous about when the times are coming up, but there is a post about AM versus PM for your region-specific day, if you want to Google that to find out. I know NA is Wednesday the 26th at sometime in the morning.
Yeah, probably
right?
like by noon or something like that. Who knows?
Yeah. So keep an eye out on that.
It's pretty well just so they don't crash their servers, right? I would assume.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. Yeah.
Like, that's why they don't want to give it time.
Yeah, it's not a very fun experience to have something new come out and then to have it gone, aka Clash.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
Like,
let's
people were
jump-
mad because they released it on Japan and Oceania right now, which is like when they patch, right?
Oh.
They patch on Tuesdays because in theory it's like morning there, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And they made it so you have to be level 10 for them right now because they're the first ones releasing it. So in theory, people would just transfer buy or make an account on that server just to play right now.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like, no, they're just trying to make it a pleasant experience for everyone. Calm down. Come on, guys.
Huh.
Weird.
Let's jump into the roundtable.
Yeah. We'll do a Metakaiser next week on the new character.
Yeah, Kiana.
I think she's gonna be cool. She's she's releasing on the Friday, you said, right?
Yes.
I'm
Friday
assuming-
the 28th.
Do you think they're delaying that for like TVT as well? So they don't like.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
So players don't double dip into, oh, I want to try the new champion. Oh, I want to try the new game mode.
Yeah. I feel like she's like there's a post on Reddit about her being an under like hyped release, but I feel like it's just like the whole scheduling with the Morgana Kale stuff kind of messed everything up, and they obviously have other stuff that's coming up in the future that like is they can't delay her to do that, whatever. I feel like it's not a bad problem to have, honestly. I feel like she's still gonna be super cool.
I mean, I'm very excited. Her ulti looks sick.
Mm-hmm.
Like after seeing actual gameplay of it, looks crazy good.
Yeah. Anyways, this week's roundtable question, or last week's roundtable question, was what phrase annoys you the most when playing League? Mighty Throb said, "This isn't even my main account." That's usually followed up with the like having 800 games on that account though, or something like that in the ranked season.
Yeah, true.
It's never just like a 30 game like Smurf. It's always like. It's obviously their main account. Joe Ford said X number of people to kill me, lol. or similarly, like 4 ultimates.
You used Ignite and Flash?
Yeah, the classic. Shut up. Zorlok said, not a phrase, but excessive question mark pings tilts the hell out of me. Yeah, it's the best BM in the game, though. I'm so glad they added it.
Yeah. Great.
Mega JTN said, after losing an argument, the classic muted. Yeah, muted's a good one. You don't see it too much at higher elo, though, I find.
Yeah. I mean, I think at that point, you're not mutant, you know?
You're fucking battle.
You're committed, yeah.
Sebastian said, better jungle wins. Dustin said, GG easy, definitely takes the cake. Arthur says, why is my support brain dead and useless? Says the AD carry stands way too far back for me to actually do anything as Braum. I've seen that on both sides, right? AD carry dies, support blames them. Support dies, AD carry blames them. It's never that person's fault. Reese, I'm gonna go with. I'm a Smurf. Let me have my role. I've seen that so many times, and then they never do well. They do well like 1 in 5 games. I see someone call it they're a Smurf. And then yeah, it's not that often. Jamie says GG 15, FF 15 before the draft is even over. I see that a lot when I'm on my like Smurf. Like if you pick anything that's not meta, dude, people want AFK and champion select. It's wild. Yeah, just be positive, guys. Anyways, this week's roundtable question is: what champion would you want added to teamfight tactics? What would their ability be? This is kind of, I guess if you haven't played it yet, I would probably wait to try it out, see what some of the stuff is. Like, for example, Yasuo is his wind wall. Oh, not his wind wall, his tornado. But in theory, you could make a version of Yasuo where it's his wind wall, right? Like, I feel like there's actually some choice in these things. Like, there's a couple characters that I'm surprised they used certain abilities for.
Yeah, and there are some obvious ones. I honestly think like Gangplank's a good example of this. So his is every once in a while he'll throw out a barrel, and then when he casts his ability, he explodes all of them, which is kind of cool. But his ultimate certainly or his Q even would be more appropriate. I feel like.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm gonna go because I haven't played this, so I'm just gonna throw out a meme answer. All right, so I'm gonna. Is Ryze in teamfight tactics?
He is not.
No.
All right, so you have a Ryze on your team, and what happens is like halfway through your round, everyone on your side just like teleports to someone else's board and starts fucking up their shit.
That'd be so
fun.
Cancer.
Like if you finish your board early, your whole team just teleports to someone else's and clears out the remaining people.
Jesus. I'm gonna go. I think Taric. A Targonian Guardian. They'd have to add Targonian, but I think that's fine. And then obviously it'd be his ultimate.
It'd be kind of like a Kayle ult or a Kindred ult sort of thing.
Yeah, and it would just I think with rank it would just increase the radius and maybe the duration.
Yeah.
If that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he's gonna be a sick unit.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I do like the game currently. I think in a year time, assuming they keep like updating and stuff, this game will be one of my favorite things in League. Because
absolutely.
It sounds like what they're doing is like for the current iteration, they're gonna add like 10 or so more characters to it, right? And then after that, they're gonna start like adding more, but like subbing characters out until they get to like as many as they think will fit the game. Like I'm sure there's gonna be some characters where like we literally can't find a way to put this character in, right? Like a really boring character or something like that. But I think this game is going to be so fucking good when there's like, say, like 130, 140 characters in it, and the pool is like 60. So every like 2 weeks, they sub out 20. So like the meta is always fresh, because I feel like the way that this game is going to become boring is when X is the best build and everyone tries to go X, right?
Absolutely. That's such a good idea.
It's gonna. I feel like if they do that, it's gonna be so fucking good. I'll love it. Anyways, the unit that I want added is Echo. I think Echo's ult would be so fucking cool. So he's like a melee unit, right? He runs forward. As soon as he procs his mana bar, he ults out and gets health back. And it does damage if someone was there, like assassins or something would be in your backline. So he'd like, you put him in your backline where like your carries are. He'd run up to melee range, auto. The assassins are fucking out your backline. Then he ults back and like does damage to them.
That would be so sick.
It'd be like an assassin counter. It's so fucking cool, dude.
That's a great idea.
Anyways, if you want to tell us who you'd like in team fight tactics and what their ability would be, you can hit us up on our Facebook page at LeagueCast. Send us an email, mail@leaguecastpodcast.com, or come into our Discord and post in our roundtable section.
Yeah. Your cheese pick, Aiden. I mean, Colton?
No, Aiden. This is Aiden's for sure.
Yeah,
he does
Aiden.
this section now.
Sorry.
I don't know. I'm thinking just actual support Singe, right? Because there's the troll like I'm gonna roam all game support Singe, which this is not. But I feel like with Targon's and just the fact that he can like close really easily, and there's more champions for him to draft off of, especially with like a lot of AD carries who have like dashes or. You know, I think Xayah is really good right now, so being able to ground her is pretty big. I think he's potentially playable right now with like Aftershock, Targons, and just be a beefy initiator.
Name a more iconic duo than Colton's cheese pick and potentially playable.
Hey, what do you want me to say? Jungle fucking Kaisa that's being played in like Challenger Korean?
Yeah, I guess
You'd
there
be
is
like,
a
that's
line.
too good. You'd be like, that's too good.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
that's fair. But potentially playable is like a pretty interesting way to pitch something.
I had to scrape the bottom of the barrel, but I've got a new barrel coming in the future. I don't want to promise next week, because next week's might be garbage, too.
Sounds good.
Nice. LCS. Hey, Rift Rivals is this weekend, which
Yeah.
seems shockingly early.
It just feels like there was no hype. They released that like rap like diss track music video thing today, which I thought was really well done. It's like a lot of fun.
It was pretty good, yeah.
But I was like that. I saw that on Reddit, so I clicked on it, like watched it, and then I'm like, oh, Rift Rivals is coming up. When is it? Oh, it's in 2 days.
Yeah. It's wild.
Yeah. So I think
Who are
it's
you
gonna be
rooting
fun.
for?
I mean, EU is way better, but it'd be
EU is
cool
way
if
better,
NA like
yeah.
won some games.
Yeah, it would be.
EU is sending Fnatic, G2, and Origin. NA sending TSM, Cloud9, and Team Liquid. Origin and G2, I mean, not Origin, G2. Fnatic and G2 are better than probably all 3 NA teams, I would assume.
Mm-hmm.
And then Origin, I don't think is actually that crazy. I think they're good. Like, they can maybe beat TSM or Cloud9, but I don't think they probably could beat Team Liquid. But either way, I think EU is way better. But we'll see. It'll be a lot of fun. I feel like it's just, I wish it was an event that was like not during the middle of the split, so like it doesn't fuck up teams like schedules and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like in the past we've seen years where whatever teams go to Rift Rivals just start shitting the bed for a couple weeks after because like it just fucks up their practice and stuff.
Yeah, super hard to maintain that after going to like a big international tournament.
Especially for the EU teams where they actually have to travel for it, whereas like the NA teams are playing in NALCS studio.
Oh, are they? I thought Oh,
Or
the
is it-
finals are going to be in Europe.
Oh, is it in EU?
Yeah.
Maybe it's the other way around.
I don't think so. I think, well, the finals at
Rift
least are in Europe
Rival.
this year.
I could be wrong. Sorry, I might have. I just knew what's it called? Worlds was in is in Europe this year.
Yeah, Worlds. I think Worlds is in Europe, and that's what I was thinking of.
Why can't I find any? Oh, yeah. So like groups. What the fuck? Group stage is in. Yeah, no. All the games are in NA in Los Angeles. So yeah, it's just like that. That's got to fuck up your schedule. Flying probably in on this sometime as early this week. Probably already flew in actually to play, and then you fly out and then try to practice. They're definitely fucks up at least 1 week. Weird.
Yeah. And we have 2 emails this week in Mail Fight. First up is from Tango8778. Said, hey guys, I'm a listener of over a year and a half and work 13-hour days, so currently can only play League on the weekends. But I really look forward to the weekly podcast, even if it's only usually an hour long. I'm currently Bronze 1, a step down from Silver 4 of last season due to my playstyles. I'm a Phil main who can't play mid, but luckily for me, I never get it. I have lots of perspective from all roles while technically a Thresh main. Season 5 player, so it's been a while, but anyways, that's me. My question is, for an elo this low and my extremely large champion pool, what would some tips be? Because I rarely lose lane and end up with a slightly above 50% win rate. Would be really appreciated to get some help. Love the podcast, keep it up, and maybe extend the time per episode. Tango.
We used to be our episodes used to be so fucking long, but it's just so hard.
Yeah, they used to be like, what, 2 hours on a short night?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know. What did we talk about? How did we-
Everything.
Yeah, that's...
Because we would talk about our week for 45 minutes and people hated it.
Yeah.
I remember Aiden and I had this one discussion about WoW that lasted like 45 minutes.
Like, yeah,
And that was one of the last ones.
that was the main thing. Like, we had so many like comments and reviews and like whatever that were like, what the fuck, this isn't League of Legends, which is fine. Like, that's a vocal, maybe it is a vocal minority, which was the majority opinion, but more than likely it was vocal minority with a minority opinion. But still, it still matters, right? You can't grow.
Yeah.
Also, the bigger problem was that we discussed was the fact that if someone clicks on the episode for the first time and it's titled Mordekaiser update or whatever, right? and then we talk about our weeks for 55 minutes, then like
That's problematic. Yeah.
they're not gonna listen to that point where we start talking about content. So then we were like started like doing our weekly updates at the end of the show, and that felt fucking weird. So he's like made them shorter, so like they're kind of like 10 minutes max sort of thing. And then also like news, like I feel like news in season like those earlier seasons was like longer. Like
I think you're right. I feel like a lot of times we get through news pretty quick. Like, it's just like, hey, this is happening, and that's like kind of all there is to say about it. Like, there's not as much discussion with a lot of that stuff. It's pretty quick.
Yeah.
Also, feel free to send us more emails. Like, I feel like our best discussions are when we get really, really good questions. Obviously, we try to bring up like stuff whenever we have like a good topic. We bring something up for like our Vi-Weekly just to talk about, like shoot the shit about. But that's kind of like something needs to come up in one of our three of us's lives or like games or whatever to enough to like,
Every single week
to create a discussion, right? Which
Yeah.
once again we had the what's his name? Why can't I think of his name? The high yellow player, TF Blade thing, like a week or two ago, and that was a really good discussion. But it's, like we have to figure out topics for that, and it doesn't always work, I guess. So if you guys ever have questions, feel free, and we'll make the mail fight section of our show like a bigger discussion point than usual. I feel like those are some of our best talks.
Yeah, it's just so many minds that can approach League differently than we do. Because, I mean, in all reality, we have very similar views on League. I think as we have been friends and co-hosts for such a long time, and we play League together, that we start to develop a lot of the same views. So occasionally it'll be an echo chamber. So having that like outside force presenting a new perspective is really what drives a conversation.
Yeah, somebody challenging the norm is like, okay, let's break this down. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
That being said, as to your actual question, Tango, I mean, I'd say like it's kind of like old advice that's been repeated a million times. So like, stick to a role, stick to one champion and one role, and you'll probably climb faster than playing all of the roles with a lot of champions. And that's kind of hypocritical coming from me, being that I play like every role and I play a lot of different characters. But hey, that also negatively affects my win rate, and I recognize that.
I think generally you are the exception and not the rule.
I mean, even then, like I think it's pretty clear. Like, if I only played Kha'Zix and Hakarim for the next like 200 games, like there's no way I would go down in Elo. At the very least, I'd stay even or go up.
But who knows what that would do to like how you are perceiving the game? Maybe you would just hate the game so much that your play, I don't know, weakens as a result or something like that. I mean, I think that's a stretch, but yeah. I mean, play Annie's a good meme for a reason. It's pretty applicable. Play an easy champion that you don't have to focus on, so that way you're not focused on how does this champion interact, you know, getting these combos right, getting the timing down, laning against a specific champion with the champion you're playing. So you don't have to focus on any of that every single game. You're just focused on what is happening in this game right now.
Mm-hmm.
So
I guess some like personalized advice based on like your op.gg, or at least the way I took that was you said your exact summoner name on NA server because you wanted us to like look at it.
yeah, that's true.
So I think it does fit with Colton was saying though. So you do overall main looks like top and then AD carry followed by support. But in your last 6 games, you're playing 6 different characters in 4 different roles. Which is fine. You won 5 out of 6 of those games, right? I mean, so, like 2 of them are normals, but still, like overall, it's still the same idea. Just minimize that. Even though you're like you have a champion ocean, you can play every character in the game probably at like a similar level. Minimize that to 1 or 2 roles. Your main role, probably top lane based on looks of what you're playing, and then maybe AD carry. I feel like those are 2 weird roles to play together. I think top mid is a more common combo, or AD carry support. But if you enjoy playing top and you enjoy playing AD carry, then feel free to do that. If you enjoy, I queue top support. And then just like try to minimize your champion pool. Even though you like you have a champion ocean, it's good to like know the ins and outs of one character, then know like the basics of 5.
Yeah, I agree. And at the end of the day, like, play what you want. Even if you decide not to take our advice and you want to play whatever you want, I mean, you currently have a sub 50% win ratio, but that doesn't mean you can't I mean, you're in your series now.
Mm-hmm.
You're obviously winning when you are supposed to. I'll put it that way. So, yeah, keep us updated.
Yeah, thanks again for the email.
Thank you, Tango.
Up next, final email is from Remarkable Corn. What makes that corn so remarkable? I wonder. He says, "Hey guys, I love listening to your podcast, and I've already learned so much from you. My friend and I are fairly new to League. We are both around level 40. We are still learning, but for our levels, we're pretty good. We're both trying to get people to play with us so we can make a team of at least 4 or 5 and keep the game fun. But we cannot find anyone. None of our friends play League, and all of the online resources that pair you with different players don't seem to be working. We really want to play with players around our skill level so we can improve our game and play in events like Clash. What do you guys think we should do to find teammates to play with? Thanks, Remarkable Corn." So I'd say, I mean, you put your level in here, which, I mean, you're new to League, level 40, so, I mean, realistically, I would imagine probably if you went into ranked, you'd be bronze, you know, if not like high iron, with no knowledge of your, you know, previous MOBA, or how much like actual straight research you've done about like how to play the game properly. But I mean, I think a lot of our listener base is, you know, in that bronze to silver to gold area. So again, kind of where you are and where you want to be, there's people out there. I would definitely reach out in our Discord. I think there's probably people that are, you know, looking to find people to play with, people to play Clash with. Other than that, I think always, you know, if you get along with someone in a normal game, if you get along with them in a ranked game, add them, hit them up, see like, hey, do you want to join our group? Do you want to play Clash with us? That's how I've met probably 85% of my friends on League. It's just, hey, I had fun playing with this person, I'm going to add them.
Yeah, just like, I don't know, make jokes in chat, spam emotes, comment on something in someone's name or something like that, or someone's club, and then invite them to the game, next game, and then boom, you're done.
The very first
friends.
Group of friends I had playing League was like just Trevor and I, my cousin, and then we met this one guy in like a ranked game or something, or is a normal, it might have been a normal actually, Dak Oneness, and he was a platinum player. And holy fuck, he was good because we were both bronze players at the time, right? He was like the best. And then we started playing with his group of friends, and like they were like my League friends that I played with. Like I only played with them for, I don't know, 3 years sort of thing, right? Because none of my friends at school played it, right? Because it was a fairly new game, like 2010 sort of thing. And then like through his friends, I met another group of friends, and I just like played with all these people that I would have never met. I'm not the right person to like add people and talk to them, but like I guess Trevor's a little bit more social than I am in a way. But man, like just being able to meet people who have like similar interests in you, like through games, is such a cool experience. And I feel like not enough people do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
And also,
hopefully that helps.
Just like a quick aside, we do have a looking for group section in our Discord, so make sure to join that. One thing about that, it's much easier to make plans in advance for that, because I do see a lot of people post in it like, hey, I'm looking to play a game, who wants to play? Or hey, I'm looking to play ranked right now. It's just, I would recommend, because like a lot of those people don't get like they don't play games because it's like kind of like last minute. I would recommend like being like, hey, on Saturday, me and my friend are looking to play some normals. Anyone interested? And like set up a group like in advance, sort of thing. I feel like that's the best way to like actually play with people. I feel like if you post, hey, gonna play a game right now, anyone want to? Your chances are much lower, and then you'll kind of feel bad about like no one being there, because I see that fairly often in our Discord. But it's not because like people don't want to play. I don't think it's just because people are probably already in their own League game, they're doing something else, whatever. So I'd recommend like almost planning shit.
Yeah, it's like if you're not looking at Discord right that second, you're probably gonna miss it by the time someone queues up. By the time you actually like look at the notification. Yeah, that's honestly a good point.
Just more in general.
And again, other times, like if you see someone else post, right, like message them on the Discord, be like, hey, this is my summoner name, like I saw you were looking for a silver 2 duo partner. I'm silver 3 and would like to play with you sometime. Like, this is my League name, let's try and connect. Or, you know, when people send us emails and they're like, hey, this is my summoner's name, like add them up, hit them up. Like if you reach out, people are gonna like be down to play. And I think especially just like adding a bunch of people and then just like, you know, spam your friends list, be like, invite everyone and see who comes up, you know, who shows up.
Yeah, and if things go poorly, please don't be mean to each other. That's not something that'll be fun to police.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So I think, with that'll do it for this episode. Follow us on Twitter at LeagueCast and at LeagueCastFrost. On Facebook, we are LeagueCast. ts.leaguecastpodcast.com is where we hang out in TeamSpeak. Mail at leaguecastpodcast.com is where you can send us emails. If you would like our Discord information, so you can use that Looking for Group channel, you can send us an email, and I'll make sure to get that to you as soon as possible. Twitch.tv/bluebasket and /KingLardot are where we stream games, and you can support us on Patreon, patreon.com/LeagueCast. Thank you all for listening to this week's episode, and we will see you next week for 385. Bye.
Bye.
Adios, amigos.